Hello, my dear lovely people. Welcome back to my channel. I hope we are all doing well. Well, a lot of things happen in our lives. We go through situations without processing them, without letting them digest, set, and we react to them, or we take decisions or take time to think about them. We just maybe jump from one thing to the other without processing it. So today, I want us to discuss about the importance of process, the need for process, why we need to process stuff, to let things process, why we need process in life. It is very important. We go through a lot of stuff, we take measured decisions, we make measured changes without processing what happened before we make the changes, or letting ourselves have a rethink or think about things or process them, or just jump into conclusions or making decisions or reactions. So why do we need to process? That is what I want us to talk about today. So process leads to mental health. Mental health in the fact that it lets you to be more present. You know, something might happen to somebody and they go into shock, or some people lose their mind, they lose their sense of presence. Now, when you give yourself process, it helps you to come back to the present and face what is heads on, what is going on. It helps you to be adaptable. You get to, when you process something that happened to you or a situation, you help to make measured decisions that help you adapt to that thing that is happening right away, to that thing that is going on there, to whatever situation it is. It helps you to adapt to that situation well. It also helps you to grow faster. Now, when you process, or when we process things before reacting, you understand that when you want to implement your course of actions, it will be easier for you to implement it because you have processed it. You know exactly what you want to do and how you want to do it and when you want to do it. Yes, so it will help you to grow faster when you want to take that course of action. Another thing is that it is going to help you reduce dwelling on specific situations. Yes, process helps you maybe accept responsibility, come up with new solutions to that problem, or look for better ways to do that particular thing or that particular project or that particular deal with that particular situation. It helps the risk of you dwelling on one thing, because if something happens and you jump on it right away, you tend to focus your attention to that particular thing. You tend to focus your attention that, okay, I have to solve this problem, I have to do this, I have to do that. Yes. So process helps you to reduce dwelling on a specific thing. The second reason, or the second purpose, or why we need process is it helps you to personally grow. Process teach you. We always say that when something happens, you learn a lesson, or you pick a lesson, or it teaches you something out of it. There is nothing which is a bad situation or a good situation. Even if something bad happens to you, there is a good lesson you learn out of it. But you need to give yourself time to process whatever is happening before you're going to see the lesson that the situation is trying to teach you. So yes, that is one of the sub reasons why we need change. It teaches you, it hits you. Now, some people don't know how powerful, how energetic, how resilient they are until you go through a situation and then you give yourself that self to get out of that situation. Then you realize that, oh, I was a strong person. I could get out of this thing. I am this, determined person. But if you don't give yourself time to go through that process, you know have tested how it is to be who you are, to self-actualize, to become the person that you are. It also helps you become patient patient, and you survive. How do you survive? You survive by changing the negative energy to positive energy. Something might happen and you keep you in that moment you have that negative energy. But guess what? With the process of time, in the course of time that you've processed everything, now you turn to start accepting certain things that happen and turn the negative energy into a positive energy. That is you getting out of that situation. So time will help you. If you don't have time, you will see that everything you keep dwelling is a negative energy. But because you have given yourself time, that negative energy turns to a positive energy. You time or process also help you change resilience into peace. Resentment, not resilient. Resentment into peace. So you turn the situations that have caused you pain, that have caused you, grief, that have hurt you, when you give yourself time to process that, when you process everything, guess what? There will come a time in your life that you accept that you are hurt and you cannot stay bitter, you cannot stay caged, you cannot stay tied to that bitterness. It is high time you give yourself peace. So it is only due to processing that stuff that you can get self peace. Also, it will also help you to turn your disappointment into your blessings, to turn disappointment into understanding. So something might or someone might disappoint you, but because you don't understand the situation, or maybe then it did not make a lot of sense to you. You did not understand why the things went wrong the way they went wrong. But in the course of processing it, in the course of time, in the course of digesting everything and replaying everything that happened, you start gaining understanding of everything. You start getting more knowledge on why the things happen the way they happen, so that you can better prevent them. So your disappointment has become, because you have been more understanding of the whole situation. And another sub reason is you turn your confusions into clarity. There are some of us sometimes we don't have clarity of the situation, or when something happens, there's no immediately you don't have clarity of the whole situation or the whole picture. You don't have clarity. But now, over the course of time, when you start gaining understanding, when you start knowing or you start digesting everything that happened, everything start being clear. The reasons why the things happen start being clear. The course of actions that you have to implement to prevent future things is start being clear. So now that confusion that you had, all the misunderstanding and everything has become clear. You have clear reasons why all of these things happen. And guess what? It will better make you understand your life and situations. Now, the third reason why we need process is that if you take a break, take a break. Most of us, this life is first of all too busy that most of us we accumulate things in our mind that you get to a point where you feel like it's not moving and then you want to give up. That might just be a sign for you to take a break and process everything that has happened. You might go through a major situation because you haven't dealt with it and you jump into another one and your whole body, your whole life feels like everything is crashing down because you do not give yourself time and process to process all of what has happened before. You jump from that to another thing. Your body is telling you that process all of this. Your mind is telling you need to process some things before you move on. We have to also understand that if you are not able to process what has happened to you now, you will not be able to move on to the next thing because your mind, your body, your soul, everything is saturated, is concentrated, is stopped because of one feeling, one thing that you haven't dealt with. Some people don't go forward in life or they feel stuck in their life. It is not that you are a bad person. It is not that you cannot function fully. It is not that you are not even capable. It's just because there's an emotion in you you haven't processed to release yourself of that and move from one stage. It's that everything in life has the stages. But if you go and reach in one stage and you don't fully process that stage and want to move to another stage, you'll find that you keep accumulating things that will make you stuck somewhere. All of us, we are victims of this. I'm not excluding myself. All of us, we have become victims of process, not giving ourselves process time to process things and just jump from one thing to the other. It's not a good habit. So we should practice how to process things, digest things before moving on to the next. It's gonna make life easy for you. It's gonna make you feel free doing other things and be a happy person in life. I will find joy in the things that you're doing. So, my dear lovely people, embrace process, embrace giving yourself time to process things so that you will function at full capacity. If this is the kind of content you like, people, please do like, click, share, and subscribe to my channel so that when next I drop a video, you'll be the first to know. Thank you and stay blessed.